you know, esque type of team here in the mix. You could realistically see OG beating any of these teams. So yeah, maybe there actually is more of an expectation to qualify for Sydney than I kind of initially postured.
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting, though, because I think, especially the NIP9 game in the upper semi-final, we know, as I said, that NIP most certainly aren't S tier at the moment, but they
really pay much attention to them. The two more recent results is a loss to Masonic and a loss to Ambush. 16-10 and 16-8 respectively. OG are hunting here as well. They don't want to allow Ludwig to save their guns. SMG up next going to force the issue here. Won't be able to get the kill.
At least they have something. MP9 and Deagle. Where do they put it? Do they just post up the Deagle somewhere, look for some one-hit headshots, or do you go and rush the Deagle with the MP9 down banana to try and play off of each other?
Yeah,
two best weapons you have.
Option. I'd like to see them play together just to increase the chances of making something happen, and it does look like they're going to group up over towards the B-bomb site. Only Jay's on the opposite side of the map. He has a smoke to play with, just to try flex his muscles and keep his opponents at bay. Util should be enough to disrupt the setup. Haven't been left to his own devices. Good counter flash. Unfortunately, can't get that kill quickly enough. Now, it's OG's turn to have a say.
Oh, hello.
That is lovely.
He was very quiet, of course, on map 1, but that's a lovely double from Ludwig. And now, 2v2, vaguely winnable, but FIQ can nab the bomb and escape this situation. And of course, well, they may have picked up that MP9, and you're going to need to go together to pick up those rifles that have been dropped, those guns that have been dropped. And even if they do get upgrades, they are going to be upgrades, of course, with no Kevlar. They're both forgoing that to upgrade possibility just to get onto the site quickly and toward Grave. And play the headshot angle, so only no aim punch really comes into play. We'll now move forward, but that's awkward timing on his move forward. He's going to have to play behind default, I think, because they're coming toward him. There might actually be an unexpected position to play from this default spot. He's going to get checked. He will get checked. In the end, couldn't hide for long enough. And Jazar, well, he has picked up that Galil. It's a 1v2 with no armor.
Yeah, on paper, still a very successful round for KnasigT. The fact that they even stand a chance to potentially win it is crazy. Fiku's in the corner. This isn't going to be a problem of time. It's about whether Jazar clears him out right now. He's got a smoke, but no armor, no kit. Means he should have no chance. It's going to have to be a headshot. Underarms the smoke grenade. Does he pre-fire this corner? Does he? Jazar? Yes, he gets the kill.
Wow.
I don't know if he has 10 seconds for the defuse, though, and he doesn't. That's just so unfortunate. Brutal for knasigT. What a way that would have been for them to open up their account. We actually saw OG do the exact same thing in the third round on Overpass.
Yeah, very good point. Great try from Jazar. Drop all the NTs in chat for that one, but clock was against him. And no kit, of course, when you're on an eco anyway. At least, as you so point out, you get the damage done. Full investment has to be forced out, but they have their full buy. The one that does matter. Jazar, next to all those kills, gets an AWP and a helmet and some bits and pieces of utility as well. Of course, he still has that Deagle, which helps too, just in case he gets pushed, maybe. Close range, there's a bit more of an upgraded pistol to work with. The one sidearm you'd probably want. That's a good start from Vera toward Banana. That's his first kill of the game. Removes Fascia from trying to take control.
knasigT can really capitalize on the amounts of economic damage they dealt in the previous round if they can win this next gun round. I mean, Kito, Fiku, and Regali would all be low on money coming into the next round if they lose this one. Looks like OG are just going to go for a bit of a direct approach in towards the speed bomb site. Jazar on the AWP. Do they flash him off the angle is the big question. They're just going to swing into him, and he just snaps them both up. The collateral finds 2 frags for the price of 1.
Buy one, get one free.
Love that. Love me a special.
Fiku and Kito. 2v4. And knasigT have
might even save.
Rotated around to have at least 2 per site. That's exactly what they've done. Just depends on how they play it now. They need to make sure they're in a decent crossfire. 1 pit, 1 corner of sight. That's a good one to play. Because want to guarantee at least a 1. If they go down with nothing here, that just completely turns the complexion of the round. We'll know how hard it is to retake on Inferno. In they go. They have backs turned, and there is at least that 1-1. And the pit player stayed alive as well. Avid stays alive with the kill as well. Gets the upgrade. And that is knasigT off the board on Inferno. And of course, the damage they've done in that previous round, the one before last against OG, thanks to Jazar removing everyone, means that this purchase is going to be a little bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the reward for knasigT doing all the damage in that eco round. There's going to be 3 AKs, but then a Mac 10 and a Desert Eagle to plug the gaps. Nexa says to Regali, take the AK. I'll get the job done with the Deagle.
Well,
So,
Nico
not
has
to
played
set
with
up the
Nexa,
captain.
and he used to have a
That's
teammate called Nico that wasn't
Both
Nico.
Nikos have.
Yeah. Teammate called Nico that wasn't the Nico we know. The other Nico. We should know him, though, as well, because he's also called Nico. And he's a pretty decent player called Nico.
Yeah, on 0-0 Nation.
Yeah.
Nico versus Nico. It's always a fun one. Avid
Nice.
gets the first and the second. Well, Jazar, the second part of that setup ends up turning into the bake factor, but that's okay, because Avid finds both of the kills, so it still effectively works out.
Yeah, Nexa only on the Deagle. You've seen some ridiculous things from the Nexa Deagle over the years.
Bit of a fake in towards the B bomb site coming through from Fasher right now, while his teammates are going to emerge out of apartments, although Ludwig has read this to perfection. He's waiting for it on the jiggle. Going to spot Nexa out, forcing backwards. Fasher's gone down on the opposite side of the map, so it's looking very good for knasigT in this round, and Avid will pretty much put the finishing touches on the round as well. No money in the bank here for OG means they're going to have to go after they lose this round. Regali desperately trying to chase down the AWP, but that's only going to bait him out into the open. He loses his life. 3-2. knasigT draw within 1, and they should be able to level up the scoreline here, considering it's going to be an anti-eco.
Yes, this is a good opening rebuttal from knasigT. They should be happy with this. We all know Inferno to be pretty T-sided these days. So hard to retake. Looking forward to seeing some of those little changes that we've seen hinted maybe on a few screenshots of CS2's Inferno. Maybe see if it changes the meta of the map much. How different Banana might look, how different the A site might look. We've already seen some possibilities at differences there. Maybe make it easier for a CT to get back into it, making it slightly more open perhaps. Who knows? Looking forward to seeing that. Probably days away from the release, of course. CSGO's birthday a few days ago. Everyone thought, surely they dropped CS2 on CSGO's birthday, but no, Valve aren't as romantic as you think, guys. Come on.
Womp womp. Yeah, unfortunately not, man. They said they would drop it in the summer. Now, they didn't specify if it was the North or South Hemisphere.
They also didn't specify which year.
Did they not say 2023?
Did they? Maybe they did.
I don't know. We're going to drop it in the summer, guys. That would have been so open-ended.
See you in 2026.
Yeah, well...
Nah, this is definitely going to be... if I was to predict it, and trust me, I don't have inside information. I wish I did. I would say within the next month for me.
The thing is isn't it crazy how nobody knows? There's just nothing set. We've got a whole
Classic Valve.
competitive circuit where it's just up in the air right now. It is classic, but we all just like scoff at it and laugh it off.
It's okay. They're going to be sorting ourselves out in 2025 with, of course, all the rules that are going to be changing thanks to Valve's thing. This, by the way. All of them playing Smoke Fade with the pistols and absolutely melted. Fair play. I mean, if you're going to go for something with pistols, do something a little bit weird and wacky, but yeah, playing Smoke Fade works with rifles, not usually with pistols, and they do just get mown down. 3-all.
The one thing OG did effectively in that eco round was they bled a lot of the utility from the CT side just because of how long they took to eventually die. I think knasigT had like 2 pieces of util left remaining, so it's had to rebuy a lot of util, but you can see they're still sitting very pretty economically right now on the CT side. And they can gain the lead for the first time in the series, actually, if they win this round here. Oh no, Abbott and Jazar, they've done it again. They've done it again. Between the two of them, they just completely rule the roost in apartments.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. A little crossfire they've got set up. Working to perfection on 2 rounds already. We're only on round 7. Regali, he's 1v4. He's got 2 players to face him who are literally 1 bullet from death, but yeah, I don't think this one's going to be possible. The angle being held by Ludwig, that is a tasty one. I occasionally do play there myself as well. So many kills that you don't expect to come your way because you the T side or whatever side you depends you're on. Very hard to see on the edge of those hay bales on the hay cart. Now they have the lead.
Now they have their noses in front. I'm pretty sure it's the first time in the series, right? I don't think they led on overpass at all. So that's going to feel good for them. Eco around for OG, can dip their toes a little bit deeper in the water because of the round loss bonus they have behind them. Hunting in towards the top of Banana, looking for an opening kill. They're going to bait out a lot of the utility here from the CT side. Nades both dumpstered. Molly as well. Nex able to avoid the flashbang, but he can't hit the shot. Debo swings out. That would have been a great opening kill for the T side.
This is a bit more of a scary purchase for knasigT to face when it comes to the pistols. Thing is, though, they only have 1 smoke left, so it's not like they can do an apps pop with flashes because they've got none.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's just straight up aim duels they're going to have to take, and dry ones too.
Question is, do you smoke left side middle or do you smoke Moto? And it's going to be front of library they opt for. Guess they could try to pivot through CT, but that is a nuclear grenade. That does so
was 100
much
health.
damage. Wow. I mean, that probably did about 200 damage across the board.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, Ludwig only gets 1. Pasha trades it. I was about to go for the old Pasha spraydown quote on the old Inferno from back in the day. 4 frags in 4 seconds. But the lineup wasn't as good as that. Of course, they had pistols anyway, which is surprising because I thought that was going to be a lovely big boy spraydown of at least 3 or 4. But it doesn't matter. They still survive with the majority of their players left alive. 4, in fact. And in the space of just a few rounds, Hayes, and quite literally has been just a few rounds, they've already got Debo on quintuple digits when it comes to the economy. They are really well set. And OG, playing this last few rounds quite slowly on their T side, that hasn't been paying off for them.
Yeah, knasigT have been looking phenomenal. They've won 5 rounds in a row right now. Individuals are looking a lot better here on Inferno compared to what we saw out of them on Overpass as well. As you see OG moving with pace in towards the top of Banana. Utility usage does come through as a response here. That's the protocol. Viria, does he want to peek again? It looks like Debo's going to line up the flashbang from Coffins. This is the protocol from knasigT. If they lose top Banana at the start of the round, they throw the HEs, 1 molly, and then they retake off the back of a flash. It's going to be a flash molly combination this time round. OG happy to forego the control. Oh, that's a tag. Not a frag. Yep. 3 players over towards the B bomb site here.
Can they secure the bag? Avid has got 3 players on the other side. He's going to get flashed in. He certainly is. But even though they're so blind, they know where to put their crosshairs. They've been blind more than once in that position. And Fascia, that's a beautiful shot on Debo. He'll get caught up with the second player in Vera, but of course he's so low. Ludwig and Pitt, though, doing a great job. Double kill again. Turning it back around in knasigT's favour. Well then. Keto and Regali. Regali needs this one, but Jazar picks him on a weird timing. And now Keto is left so stuck. Jazar hears him. Of course it's another Jazar no-scope. And that's 6 for knasigT. Double the score of OG.
Oh man, that round just unravels so quickly for OG. Things were looking pretty decent for them at one point there, but then the Pit player gets the kill. Fiku just seems to have no inclination or idea as to where that kill came from, because he just continues to run forward. He dies from the exact same place. Once Fascia gets that kill onto the player in library, that's when things are looking good for OG, but he also just doesn't expect the second player to come through from there. 6-3. OG have to eco again. All of these rounds coming in a row for knasigT as well. They're feeling very good about how things are unfolding here on Inferno so far.
Absolutely. I mean, Inferno is one of those maps where you can start snowballing rounds and maybe catch a better team. What's class is a better team, off guard. Good jump into pit from knasigT, but he took quite a long time to deal with Avid, which means it activated Jayzar. But hang on, Fasha's AK is still in action. And when that's the case, he can do some great work with it. And Ludwig, oh my goodness. So I spoke about that Hay Bales angle where he got a kill earlier on. He gets punished from it this time. Funnily enough. And now it's Debo and Vera to try and fight their way back in. There is an incendiary on the back of Vera, and they've got money to go for this, even though it's a 2v3. They definitely will be. Flash primed. 2 flashes available to maybe get themselves in. The damage to Fasha is so significant. The Molotov and a tag, I think, brings him down so low. Debo in apartments. He's been spotted. In comes Vera. Fasha removed. AK, of course, on the ground now. Nexus picked up the M4, but that's the only rifle they have. Jumped up. Regali, what a shot. And now it is all down to Regali. 1 bullet needed to deal with Debo, and he gets it. What a shot that was from Regali to deal with Vera leaping up on top of default.
Panic stations for OG, it was looking like it was supposed to be their round clean for the taking, but it gets a lot closer than what they would have liked. I mean, Fasha's heroics almost going on in vain, but they will get across the line. Will OG, man, oh man, finally they're able to cap off that 6-round streak for knasigT, who built up a lot of money in the meantime. Feels like that round has been a long time coming for OG, finally able to break down the defense. That needs to be the first of a few more, though, here on this T side.
Ooh.
Wow.
Classic banana. They've made their way up, but the counter-nades come in. Vera might get flashed in. Oh, but Fiku sees his enemy before the flash catches him off. And despite the health on Fasha, and despite the fact there are still 2 players around the site, I think this is going to be very difficult for Ludwig to defend. He's burning on quad. They've definitely heard those tags and heard that smoke being deployed. But OG are happy just to wait out the clock and wait out the time to maybe force an extra rotation.
It looks like OG have just thought, okay, hold on. They know we were in top banana. Let's just completely slow down, not show any further presence, and hope that they maybe rotate back in towards A. But with the extra time being taken, knasigT's actually going to shift Debo in towards that B bomb site as well. So this B bomb site is heavily fortified right now for the CT side. They've read the situation perfectly.
Ooh, and there's another nade. And it not only kills Fasha, does so much damage. Oh my goodness. The second one's removed next to her as well. Now knasigT, he's so low. Ludwig will find Fiku in the meantime. Everyone's here. And OG have chosen incorrectly. As the old saying goes, you have chosen poorly.
The thing is it was a gamble. It's not like they tried to play off of any information. They didn't actually try to keep any pressure on that A bomb site to make sure knasigT couldn't cheat that extra rotation across. So yeah, it was a big gamble, just getting early banana control, and then they just stayed top banana with their entire team. They had 5 players alive. They had utility. So I'm surprised it was such a one-dimensional approach out of OG.
True. I mean, in the end, right, you can always say, hindsight, we're all experts after the event has passed, but if they had just run into B when there was 1 player stuck quad, trying to take himself in the Molotov, I reckon they would have probably won that round comfortably. But as it is, they've lost it. They're back down to Deagles again. Flash toward top banana, deals with Regali already. Vera swings for that kill. Continues to look so impressive. But so is that. Fasha, 6 shot. And now Vera, he hears the reload of the guns. He's going to have to stand tall here. 2 players coming his way. He finds one. When does the trade come in? They're a bit separated. Low HP goes first. That's the way to do it. Fasha says, let me go first. Next, he gets baited in with the M4. And so much damage has been done to Jayzar too. But of course, both he and Fiku are both low on the T side.
They are, but it's an AWP on the other side here for Jayzar. There's a smoke to try and block off coffins right now. Nice angle being taken up by Jayzar. He's got the smoke to try and play around as though. Missed shot could prove to be costly. Ludwig has got that kill through the smoke though, so it's not about losing the round anymore here. I don't think that's a threat for knasigT. Nexa can pick up the AWP. The problem is those smokes have run out of life, so he doesn't have a free bomb plant anymore. Best option is probably to hide quad and then maybe try and sell the fact that he might have left the B bomb site, but Avid will just finish off the job 8-4. knasigT have doubled up on their opponents, and they aren't showing signs of slowing down anytime sooner either. They've won 8 out of the past 9 rounds.
Indeed. OG struggling on what overall these days is a T-favoured map against a team they should be beating pretty comfortably. And I think there's games, of course, in this qualifier already gone by. OG had their game against Bet Boom, comprehensively beaten 16-12, 16-5. This is a game that I feel like for their own confidence, they kind of have to win 2-0. And that's unlucky.
Jazer legs Fasher and Regali finishes him off.
That's unlucky. It never rains, but it pours.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think OG have to win this for their own confidence as well. I think it would just be a disaster for them if they were eliminated from the qualifier for Sydney to a mix. Especially with the name value that they have in this team. And with the way they won on Overpass. You can't win the first map of a lower bracket match 16-5 and then still lose 2-1. Like, that's just not allowed. We don't allow that in these parts.
We allow sick nade kills like that, though. That one smacked OG in the chest. Did so much damage. Took him out at the end of the round to finish it off. Ludwig hiding in the cubby on long. Got 2. And yeah, some frustration for OG. Just an unfortunate lineup when that leg shot from Jazar comes in toward Fasher. Then Regai just pulls the trigger immediately. Fasher gets in the way. Just unfortunate. But, you know, maybe teams who have set out spacing that they're confident with, that wouldn't happen.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one way to get a kill back. Fasher through the smoke will finish off Fire, but there are still players for knasigT over on the side of the map. Bomb plant should be afforded to OG here. Oh, man. It's pretty awkward in the post plant. 3 players in towards the shadow right now. Nade will finish off 1. Retake absolutely alive and doable. Fasher will find a kill with this AK. He's doing the Lord's work. That's his 3rd kill in the round right now. A 3v2 is the result. OG, I feel like they desperately need this round, and it's going to be theirs, all because of Fasher. 4 in the round from him.
Fasher saying, okay, listen, I've got the experience from big S2 events over last year. Come on, show me some respect. And he steps up at the right time. He's actually way above the rest of his teammates right now as well. Nexa will run down Jazar with a 1 dig pushing forward through that smoke. Fasher 13, Nexa 7, 6, 4, and 3. Really, Fasher is the one trying to lead the way for his squad. He was obviously very impressive on Overpass as well in certain moments. That 4K around Pillar, dancing around that B-bomb site comes to mind. We are sometimes seeing the slight quality difference, aren't we? By some performances and rounds. But they're only specific rounds on Inferno. They're not consistent.
True. But sporadic. Regali, I mean, been next to Anonymous along with Hito. 2 of their biggest players on Overpass. 7 kills between them. Fasher, he's really coming alive in a big way in these past few rounds. OG, I think they really need a 6th round here. And it would actually save Face in a massive way if this half ended 9-6, considering how it was looking at one point. Fiku needs to be careful. It doesn't give away too many audio cues as he falls back. Ludwig's going to peek out. Thankfully, Fiku will trade. Regali, the unfortunate victim, but there's only 1 player on the B-bomb site right now, so it's ripe for the taking if you're OG.
Yeah, but we've already seen them making errors of maybe not pulling the trigger on a push as a group when they should. Of course, I'll always preface that by saying, we can see the X-ray, we can see the minimap, we know what's going on, they don't. Easy misreads come through, but that's a missed shot, not about a misread. Plainly a missed shot from Jazar, and Fiku will punish him, but Avid does a good job. He manages to get 2. So this makes this vaguely doable for Debo. He has a kit, doesn't need to rush too much. He's still miles away, of course, as this bomb goes down. But having the kit means this is actually doable. Final round of this half before we go to a short break. And Debo has a shot at this one. I don't know where he's coming from just yet. Haven't spotted him out, but that re-smoke toward long will delay Debo's progression. There's got a bit of a gap on the right-hand side of that. Sure, on the screen to see the information. Almost takes Nexa, but not to be. And that will be half-time. OG96, see you in about a minute's time.
Okay. Second half of the second map. About to get underway. OG saved face at the end of that first half, I reckon, by winning the last few rounds. One of them was an eco, courtesy of Fasher, who just went huge. knasigT, they do still have the momentum behind them, and they're charging straight in towards Banana. OG have players here of their own, though. Oh my goodness. This whole round lives and dies with the skirmish top Banana.
Yeah, 2 players ready to fight. The nade comes in, but they don't check for Fasher. They see the trajectory of the nade, and they don't look for Fasher first. He gets one, and now he's about to be swarmed. Look at this. All 4 players swing Fasher at once. It just gives him no chance, and now surely there's no shot for next on the site. Even if he got one, it would have been a minor miracle. And knasigT just run them down. Beautifully done. knasigT and Regali left with not much to do, and they've had some rough first halves in this map.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a crack at the retake here, but the setup is perfect. Only Regali left remaining. He's got 3 kills in the map so far. We'll get 1 here in the pistol, but it's just a consolation prize at this point. They're not going to offer him up anything. Just avoiding him, treating him like the plague right now. We do not want anything to do with Regali until Viria eventually puts him to his death. Double digits for knasigT as they win the pistol. Brute force approach in towards the B-bomb site works out perfectly. Lots of missed shots from OG as well towards the top of Banana.
Yeah, Fasher got that one, but then no more than that. Tried to have a pretty decent setup, and the nade timing wasn't even that bad. But then Fasher, of course, can't fall away from that position anymore. They had to sort of grin and bear it, and it couldn't happen. I need to sneeze, Hayes. BRB.
Go for it. Look at the lights trap. Photic sneeze reflex. It is real. Bless you.
Thank you. I remember you telling me about that last time, actually, when I said that.
Yeah. It's like 20 to 30% of the population or something.
Yeah.
OG have gone for the force buy here. They just cannot afford to slip up against this force. It's a perfect start for the second half. They're leading 10-6 now on their opponent's map pick. They're fighting in the qualifier just to stay alive. And they've read the situation quite nicely as they shift the bomb in towards that B-bomb site as things stand. It's only Fasher on that side of the map. Just deployed his lone smoke grenade, although there's another on the ground for him to recover, so at least he can chain his utility.
True. It's now getting more interesting when the seconds tick down. Fasher with the MP9, Regali with that scout. 5-7's in action with the Deagle. They've got 1 resmoke. That's on knasigT. It will be used toward mid now. 35 seconds of good timing on that resmoke, to be fair. Where does it force the bomb to go? Because look at this for OG. They're rotating 4 players toward the B bomb site. And look where the bomb's going. 25 seconds. This is going to have to be an insane entry for knasigT to avoid these pistols and this scout. In we go. First scout tag comes through. In comes the brawl. Spams through the smoke. Regali gets another tag. It takes a kill. Fasher gets his one, and this is just going to fall apart. There are too many men to face. What can you really do? 9 seconds, and they're falling away. And every single player on this force way for OG is going to stay up.
I just laugh because Nex is the one who's boosted up, and he's just like looking above the smoke, wondering, guys, can I get in on this action right now? Can I get a kill? His teammates are just picking them apart completely. That is a flawless force buy coming through from OG, and it's just unfortunate for knasigT. They just overthink the situation. They don't apply enough pressure. They don't really get much information either before they commit. They don't end up realizing they're actually pushing up into a stack. And that costs them everything. They're going to force buy in response here. Huge reprieve from OG. Regali hits some shots. Maybe that's going to boost his confidence.
And now, of course, we're in a weird situation where, of course, they've won on that force buy. They've picked up what they can. They've got a CT Mac 10, a CT Galil, and Regali still has the scout. So it's, again, a weird situation of, sure, they've got all the utility they could ever wish to have, especially on a map like Inferno, but it's a round that could still go either way with 2 AKs in play for Jzo and Ludwig. And Ludwig's had a great map, by the way. I should point that out. He had a very, very poor map 1. I'm going to give him the props for bouncing back so quickly. I can tell you right now. On map 1, it was a 6-20 for Ludwig, and on map 2, he is currently, as we can see, 17-9. So, great bounce back. That's exactly what you'd expect, and he should feel proud of himself for that. But only when they actually win the map, which is not done yet. This buy, if it goes in OG's favour, 10-9 isn't far away.
Yeah, it's almost a lock-in because knasigT will have to eco as they group themselves up around the safe bomb site. Looks like they're going to try and split their way forward. One player in apartments. The rest of the players making their way up short right now towards the safe bomb site. There's 3 players here for OG. Rotation's not really coming through because they're concerned that there might be a bit of a split through CT. So those players over on the B bomb sites on an island of their own. Regali gets the first. That's going to bait the Fiku nicely. He gets in on the action with the Mac 10. It's a clean defense of the A bomb site. Jazar will inflict a bit of damage. He could clutch us out, you know. A 1 versus 5 has very quickly flipped into a 1v2. Oh, okay, Mr. Jazar. What a massive clutch this would be. Able to get off the bomb site after he completes the plant. Nexus is holding the angle, patiently waiting. He's going to step into Jazar. Oh, the timing's so good. The shots are not, though, not clean enough. Jazar will be finished off by Fasher. Jeez, like, man. That's too much for my heart.
Nexa,
who's paying for my medical bills?
My brother in Christ, Nexa. Why have you got to do that to us? My word. Real nice try from Jazar. Props. And the way he baited out that third player as well, he knew he had a little bit of time to work with because of the rotators coming in. And took his time to find that third. Nice try, but to no avail. OG do win that round. They get a few upgrades, of course, as well. Now, Fasha's got an AK. Nexa's got an AK. They're going to have the Regali AWP up. Still only Fasha on double digits for the team. And he could even be on 20 before someone else hits 10.
Not unlikely. I mean, Fiku, the only player who's about to reach those double digits. knasigT have to eco. I mean, at least a bomb plant, right? 3 kills in the bomb plant, considering it appeared as though they weren't going to get anything from that round. Nice pickoffs. Really important that OG get across the line cleanly here.
Yeah.
Need to build up some sort of a buffer for their money.
Fasha. Jump spotting Banana with his teammate Nexa down toward the old tree position to play off of him. So doubly sure they win this round with 5 players alive. Regali's kind of solo towards the spot, so he needs to be a little bit careful to not just get rushed down by the remaining 2, but he dealt with it comfortably. And that's up to 10 for him now. So Fiku does get his 10 and Regali does as well. Regali was one of my favourite players to cast in Tier 2 when he was on Copenhagen Flames. He would just have some insane performances at clutches as well, not just, you know, your expected AWP multi-kills. And this is the first time I've got a chance to catch up with him on OG.
What's your thoughts so
had
far?
a recent game. Had a pretty decent game. Not truly lights out, but Overpass was solid. Most certainly above average for him. And Inferno has been quiet, especially on T side, but CT is where you expect the AWP to do probably some of its best work. And he's getting close to evening up that KD again. But Nexus dropped in the early stages of round 20. That's a great find for Jazar. But Regali will at least answer back. And of course, it's still an advantage for them, thanks to that.
Say might not be for much longer. Perfect little bait and switch play coming through there. Fasha activates. That's his 20th frag. Fiku got to double digits before it, as did Regali. So wasn't beaten to the punch, but it doesn't matter because OG are going to beat knasigT to the round. 4 players stay alive as well. Compounds knasigT's problems. I mean, OG's Inferno hasn't looked great so far, but it finally looks like they're piecing things together here. Getting some momentum behind them. The individuals are looking more convincing as well. Regali, excuse me, it's kind of Fasher who's just like dragging them by the collar, kicking and screaming. Just like, we're going to win here on Inferno, guys.
Yeah, I said I really want to see Fasher perform well, of course. When I sort of first got into commentating, it was actually not straight away. It was kind of maybe a 6 months, maybe a year after I got into commentating, covering a lot of Lingby Vikings when Fasher was under Bird from Sky, when he then eventually, of course, moved from Lingby Vikings over to ecstatic. He was basically their star player and was the man in Tier 2 at the time. And I covered a lot of him before, obviously.
If you go look at his statistics. Yeah, you go look at his statistics at ecstatic. I think it was like a 1.18 rating at his time there or something like that.
Yeah, for a rifler too, which is impressive. For an AWPer, it's kind of something you'd expect, like Regali has had previously. But,
He's got it in him, man.
They do, for sure. There's your multi-kill again for Regali. Up to an even KD, like I mentioned. 13 and 13 now for him.
Wow.
And Avid and Ludwig are left with just those 2 Deagles. And this has been a bit of a masterclass CT so far from OG. Been a few whiffy moments, but T-side, maybe not their favoured side at the moment. Good name.
Regali's gotten 10 kills so far here in the second half, by the way. Don't remember how many deaths he had coming into their CT side.
I think he was 3 and 12.
3 and 12. Okay, so he's died once and gotten 10 frags.
Yep.
That is a pretty good return. And OG are going to get themselves the lead. Remember, knasigT won the pistol.
True, very true. If you class that as pretty good, what's very good? What's incredible?
Well, unfortunately, people like Zyru, Nico, Simple, they've just ruined the spectrum.
You're not wrong.
That's why we don't count outliers in statistics, guys, because they just ruin everything.
Yeah. Why are they so good?
Nico's so good to watch at the moment, man.
Absolutely just ruins everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just it's extra incredible because Nico, of course, as we got a bit of a tack timeout to talk over for a second. Yeah, Nico has kept it up for so long as well. He's had a few moments where he's had his whiffs, his famous whiffs. He's had his down points, of course, in his career. He's had his big losses. He's had those heartbreaks. And he's even had moments where his numbers haven't been as expected in big tournament finals. But recently, he's really stepped up a gear. And I mean, obviously, that's a huge opinion to share. Like, it was discussed very recently on Twitter by some of the S-tier talent, right? Like, yeah, I think Maniac was talking a lot about it. I also agree that there's no other person you can choose as the best rifler from Global Offensive. Even when Nico had his little AWP stint, like, you could choose Dupree for achievements. You could choose maybe Get Right for old.
Well, then Device has to be the GOAT, right?
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, for me, it's Nico as the best rifler from Geo.
Yeah, me too. I pretty comfortably, just for the amount of time he's been able to do it.
Since Mouse, man. 8 years. Plus.
I know. I know. I've been a fan of his since he hit the servers.
Yeah. iNation, right?
Exactly, yes. Alright, 11 to 10.
Flash?
OG in the lead, Flash for Fash.
Flasher.
No one wants to play catch. No, that was Nexa. Nexa was the flasher.
True.
Fasher was the Fashy. Flashy. I don't know.
We made it too hard for ourselves there, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
knasigT, they don't want to make it too hard for themselves here in the round. They have got control of Banana. They're working towards top middle right now. A lot of different parts. Regali. He's gotten around the corner. He can't get out alive. Oh, Jesus. Smoked for him.
What? I mean, okay. If you want to help
Regali
Regali out,
I have to thank him for that one.
Help Regali out. Feel free, mate. So, like, thank you very much for the smoke, brother man. I'll get out of there. Still a 5v5, 25 seconds, but it's so rough now for knasigT because of that time on the clock. Kito's in pit. He's got a bit of a line underneath that smoke too. Fiku steps up with 1, 2, and 3. And Debo is left.
Stay alive.
Yeah, he's trying his best to maybe kill him after time here. He's got a whole 10 seconds to waste. He's got his pistol out. He's thrown his gun away. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Bomb picked up. He can plant this, actually. If we go for the tap, and Nexa will take him down. He was always going to go down either which one he chose. If he went for the tap and the peek, he was probably going to get the kill and then go down straight away. Maybe die after time. And if he went for the full-on plant, he was going to get rushed down by Nexa. So he was screwed either way, I'm afraid. That's all Fiku that round.
I'm just still skeptical of Jazar's decision to drop the smoke there. Did he maybe think he had another piece of utility or something? It doesn't make any sense to smoke it. He even had a teammate there to try and play off of. Maybe he was scared of a second player swinging out and that was the concern. But Regali's so grateful when he hears the smoke bloom. It's going to be another eco round for knasigT. They haven't won a round here in the second half outside of the pistol. It's falling apart at the seams. OG 4 rounds away here from keeping themselves alive and moving on to the next stage of the lower bracket. Regali gets stepped on by V-Red. That's going to open up for him. These past few rounds, OG have won in dominant fashion.
I know. Regali's on 12.8 grand right now. Rolling in the dollar. And rolling in the kills too. I'm pretty sure, if I said it correctly, that he was 3 and 12 after the first half. He's now 12 and 1 on CT.
Big burst in towards the A bomb site coming through. Unfortunately, no utility to assist the player coming out of apartments and for the players to make their way up short. OG do have deep banana control right now, but they're not rotating anybody. Means knasigT have been able to creep quite far forward here. Kito's got support. He doesn't have a head though. Fiku has to go huge. 1 kill from him. He's going to get jumped on by Debo. That's a 3 versus 3. This is very doable for knasigT all of a sudden. Problem is that they're fairly low on a couple of their players, but they can make this one work.
Problem is though, OG have the utility they want for the retake. No matter how hard it is to retake on Inferno, these nades are going to be tasty, you would imagine. And oh my goodness, Avid, how are you alive? 3 HP. Oh my word. That's incredible. They have a Molotov as well. Surely that's going to spread at some point. Is he going to be screwed in that corner? Well, Jazar's certainly screwed. He's out of the round. Do they check for Avid? They do. Somehow he gets a kill on low HP. He's baiting out the shots. He's trying to bait in his teammate. It's Debo versus Regali. Regali playing with the box. There's no time for the defuse anymore. This is a brilliant round from knasigT. And Debo will take it. They'll all go down for the cause. But I can't believe that second kill came in with the Mac 10 there. How he got away with his life is beyond me.
I couldn't agree with you more. That second frag was almost instantaneous out of Avid in the corner with no health to his name either. He was being hard cleared, but he just hits the instant shots. Massive lifeline for knasigT as they win the eco. 12-11, they draw back within 1. Maybe that's the lifeline. Maybe that's going to kickstart their campaign on the T side. Can they put some pressure back on OG? Win this round, and that will certainly be the case.
Still in the game, knasigT. It feels like OG have been absolutely dominant on this map for a good while now, but it's just 1 round the difference. Still, either way, it can fall. Who is going to drop the ball?
That's a good question. Oh, Regali. He's posted up here over the, but it doesn't look like he's going to have the action coming his way. knasigT again with a lot of moving and shaking here on their T side. This has been a theme now in the rounds gone by. Very dynamic in their approach, achieving multiple goals at the same time. And after flexing their muscles in towards middle and feigning a lot of presence, they're going to rotate back in towards B here and set themselves up for an execute.
3 players on the site for OG. Double pit setup. Kito, flash towards short, will show presence. Now the time becomes an issue. They're actually going to be going back toward B here. 20 seconds. They set up for Fasher, and Regali has to go huge. Kito gets a big kill. That removes the lurk, and the flash has really put them off. Now 14 seconds. Regali can smoke this off and just stay alive and waste this spot. Fasher, he gets 1, and he can do so much more damage here. Fasher, oh, what a hold. Almost 4, and there's no time for this plant again. Jazar is stuck. He might go down after time here. It's going to be a rough one for him. He just about survives. Took so much damage to Fiku through that smoke.
Yeah.
But survives
while
with the
Fiku's
orb.
running.
I know, which was even crazier. But that is only a silver lining for knasigT, keeping that orb. That's a great hold from Fasher once again.
I mean, it's a bit awkward now for them that they keep the orb. Yes, they've got max round loss bonus behind them, but they don't want to force her around the orb. They're kind of just going to half buy. That's such a problematic round for knasigT to lose. 4 players executing into just the 2 players on that B bomb site. Regali looks very uncomfortable. He doesn't get much done, but Fasher, well, he gets it all done. He's been great on that B bomb site. He's made it his home. T side, CT side, it does not matter. It is the Fasher show.
Another kill through the smoke too. Bit of a masterclass.
He's like the he's like that phenomena when you're a kid, you say Fasher's name 3 times in the mirror at school and he just appears behind you, man.
Yeah. Don't say it too loud. Otherwise he'll drop a 25 and 15 game on you at a critical moment.
Yeah, and this is a critical moment. This is the lower bracket right now. If knasigT lose this map, well, they're out of it. They're out of contention for Sydney altogether. In the shortest route possible.
Good bait on long.
Nice trade.
Regali will take a shot, then hop away. It gets Fiku, that one kill. But as you can say, the trade is good. Unfortunately, OG just have too many players in position here. knasigT again on the close box, gets his kill. Jazar hits what has to be his 110th no-scope of the entire qualifier. Incredible stuff, but
good.
He is stuck. As you say, Bomb Plant does give that injection of cash that could certainly help out, but there's still a chance in this one. He's got above on top of D4, but he's going to make noise falling down now. Regali will know exactly where he is. There's an apartments player coming in. Backpack scene, back scene, everything seen, and everything removed from Nexa. 14-11, pole position.
Is it just me, or does everybody kind of hold their breath when Jazar's alone in a clutch? Like,
it's kind of crazy, right? I mean, it's not even like he's like an S-tier player. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he'll understand this myself. Like, I'm not flaming him. He's plainly not an S-tier player in the world. We all hold our breath when S-tier players are in clutch situations. But Jazar's just got something about him after what he's done through this open qualifier, of course. The games against Furia, the games against 00 Nation, new 00 Nation, of course. And the no-scopes that he continues to never miss, seemingly. I think I've seen him attempt... I'm just trying to go through my memory of the ones I've watched, because I watched the Open Qualifier too, quite a lot of their games. I've seen him attempt at least 12, and I think he's hit 10 of them, maybe more.
Yeah, he's got a seriously high conversion rate. He seems to know he knows his bounds as well. He doesn't just rattle off random, like 1,000 no-scopes a game, and that's why he connects on a couple, right? It's the conversion rate which legitimizes his ability. Okay. Must-win round for knasigT. 15-11 with no money in the bank is the result if they don't. And it looks like they're going to go in towards the A-bomb side. This is actually the perfect option. It's only knasigT and Regali here. Jazar clears knasigT off his head, off his brain, and that leaves Regali in an impossible position. They're going to be rapping on him from all fronts right now. Support has been cut off as well.
Fiku's making a lot of noise on this rotation. Oh, he needs at least one, but look how close Vera is. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, actually, he's catching the first player with his nade out. Look at the damage he's done. Team kill comes through because of that. Thankfully, Avid is there to trade it, but now Regali on the site. Surely he can't get anything done, and yes, he gets swarmed. So you are correct, Matthew. My good man.
All right. Even a broken clock tells the correct time twice a day.
What do you mean? You're right a lot.
14-12, knasigT are still alive. They're going to keep 4 players alive as well. That's going to give them the buffer they need, and it means that if they lose a round, they can still buy. Yeah. So it's not like OG win one, they win the series. 14-12. Money doesn't look great for the CT side. I mean, there's enough for them to buy in the next round, but knasigT are still alive here.
Indeed. Trust me, I can assure you, it is Matthew Stott o'clock more than just twice a day.
What a nickname.
It's going to be your new alias.
That on the Twitter handle.
Yeah. Add it to the bio.
That's the one.
knasigT fighting impressively in this entire qualifier. But OG, they are expected to win this, and they're expected to win it 2-0. It's obviously hard not knowing what you're going up against. Would have been hard to do much research, of course, on this squad, other than what they played in that open qualifier. When it comes to maps. But OG are expected to win Inferno, that's for sure. knasigT put up a great fight on the first half. OG went on a big boy streak on the second half. Now their money's down low, though. Regali has only 150 in the bank. Asha has nothing. Only Nexa has a bit of residual cash. So if OG are to lose all their players here, knasigT could be looking at 14 all for free.
Yeah, you're right. That would be a very challenging position for OG to find themselves in, and they want to avoid that at all costs. Nexa is such a valuable player to have on a team, someone who's keen to be in that banana position. Oh, the AWP will find a wallbang and do a bit of damage onto Fiku, but Regali's is a fatal shot onto knasigT. That whittles them down to just 3 players. Remember the previous round they won was when they executed an A and OG had gone for the gamble stack over on Fiku, so it looks like he's being cleared. He is. Wow, V-Ray. Okay, that's great awareness from him as he creeps his way forward. Regali is now the only player towards the bomb site, and he's been smoked off.
Yeah, and
This
that's
is looking very uncomfortable.
This is actually, yeah, correct wording, because I would not be comfortable now if I was OG. This is a critical retake with an AWP in play. They've got kits and they've got some smokes, but even though it's a 4v3, this should be, honestly, I think, feel like quite an easy hold for knasigT. I could be proved wrong, but it's Inferno after all. They are gonna...
Go.
Surely they go for it. Yeah, surely.
Yeah, they have to.
Nexus coming up from mid now. In comes Regali. No scope up close, perhaps. No. Vera takes it, and he gets a second too. Fasher, he only gets one. Ludwig takes the kill, and now Nexus coming in from behind. He finally takes Jazar, and he knows that Ludwig's in pit, but there's no time for the defuse. What do I say? It looks easy. And now OG are in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, they're going to be kicking themselves right now. They are seriously going to be kicking themselves. 4 versus 3, they get forced out of that A bomb site so easily by knasigT. 1 kill, and that was the job done. V-Rez entry, where he clears out knasigT, just that crosshair placement, creeping his way forward, clearing out the balcony. knasigT goes down, and the round falls apart from there for OG. A 5v3 goes a begging.
That's not a bad angle for knasigT either, right? The problem is that when you're a T player coming in from that angle, you do sometimes see an arm first, and then you just know exactly where to put your crosshair and give the defender no chance. Nex is very stuck here, and he's gone down. That AK's been lost. Fiku tries to grab it, and Debo says no. This is 14 all guaranteed now.
Yeah, which means we're going to need all 30 rounds here in regulation to kill these 2 teams, and even that might not be enough. Overtime looms. She have let this one slip through their fingers. Should have been a relatively smooth conclusion to proceedings here for them. Yeah. Now, the chances of us seeing Mirage have just rocketed.
And that would be a very interesting place to end the series as well. Mirage, it's not like it's a niche map by any stretch of the imagination. Ludwig finds Regali. knasigT left for the 5-7. Can't get anything done either. We're going to a 14 all again. The third 14 all that knasigT have found themselves in today. They're loving these close series. Not sure it'll do good for their hairline, but listen, they're all young. They'll deal with it.
Yeah, you're right. They're actually pushing these games the distance, aren't they? It was a double overtime loss on Overpass in the first match, and then single overtime loss on Anubis against Apex in that second map. These guys thrive in the long matches. Well, I say thrive. They lost them both, but they can certainly force them the distance. Can they lock in round number 15? A FAMAS for Fiku. OG. Oh, think back to that 5 versus 3 that they dropped. Things haven't looked the same since then. Regali finds such an important opening kill there. It looked like Debo was just hoping to catch somebody off guard on the B-bomb site. Has to just be the start for OG though. We've seen them spill these sorts of opportunities before. And it looks like knasigT are going to go back to the scene of the crime here in towards the B-bomb site. It's Fasher and Regali again. Oh,
we know what Fasher and Regali can do on this hole. They've got 2 of their star players, it's fair to say, I think, on this B-bomb site. The timing's weird for Fasher, though. Oh, he's in the middle of nowhere next to the fountain. Yeah. That was really awkward. Regali has to instantly trade it, but now he's so stuck. Can he just waste the clock? That's all he can do here. He's probably not expected to get another kill, and he tries to play with the smoke, but Vera stops it. Okay. Nexa, Fiku and knasigT, we saw them not be able to recover a retake on A. Can they recover it on B? Last time they had kits, this time they don't. That makes it ever harder.
Oh, Avid shot baited out. This is so difficult for OG to try and get in towards this B-bomb site. They're going to wrap their way around Church. Nex has got the flasher for them to try to be off. Flash is great. Phenomenal flashbang to blind up Avid. Now it's all on V-Ray. Left alone. Top banana. They do have a smoke. Where's the smoke? Doesn't matter. They've got the kill. They've got the time. Yes, only just, my God. 15-14. It was always going to be the scoreline. It was just a question of for who, and it's OG.
Oh my God. What a game, and that was actually, that could have easily gotten so out of hand. We saw Vera win a critical 1v3 earlier against Apex. Avid did it a few times too, and Vera was in a good spot to make something happen again. He was holding for that CT player to come first, at least get the one, at least maybe try and get one and then fall away. I will say I am slightly surprised that he played in the open as he did. If he played in one of the banana cubbies and just kept shoulder peeking, got one kill, maybe the bomb diffuser, and then kept doing exactly that, maybe he could have made it more awkward for OG. In the open as he was, it wasn't as awkward. Obviously trying to do something different perhaps to catch them off guard. But OG find a way.
Well, can they finish off the job from here? They have one map and series point to OG. knasigT have fought so hard to get to this point in the closed qualifier. Can they win? Well, a map is the question. Can they force overtime? It's probably what we should be asking ourselves first and foremost. They've got what they need, Trav. Weaponry, utility. Checking the boxes.
Gotta cross the T's and dot the I's though. Keeping the bomb up toward A. Minute to go. Is this where the dream ends for knasigT? They've had an insane run in this entire tournament. Open qualifier. Furia, gone. New 00 Nation, gone. Rumored TSM roster, gone. Thunderflash to qualify, gone. Close qualifier. Insane game against Apex, but now knasigT. He steps up from pit. Nexa's still here. He'll get one, he'll drop down. He's doing more work as Nexa. It's falling apart for the Swedes. Debo, big headshot. And now if they can trade the site player, there's a shot. But look how low Jazar is. He gets the kill, but 27 seconds. And the bomb is still in the open. He picks it up. And he's holding for Regali from Library. But Fasha charging through from short will surely catch him in the side at some point. He has a smoke to defend a little while longer, but he's so stuck and so low. Fasha has chosen to go apartments, and you'd expect him to catch him in the side at some point, you would think. Flash comes through. Regali is still spamming away, but they're not peeking Jazar yet, and he's just biding his time, waiting for them to come to him. Fair play. Regali will go for the peek, though, and he finds it.
Bro.
And finally, OG get it done. But that was so tight.
Yeah, that was incredibly tight. So heartbreaking for knasigT that they fall 16-14 there on that second map. I thought they had it in them to force overtime. Jazar does everything he can, but unfortunately not going to be enough. Regali was definitely taking the bait, and Jazar knew. He said, brother, I know you're trying to take my attention right now. I don't want to fight you. I want your team.